Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please extreme humble obeisances. We'll do little Mangalacharan. And the time of Mangalacharan, in our mind, we can offer something to the Lord's lotus feet. Because Krishna, our Lord Shiv, always sees your heart. Sometimes we are unable to offer something, but by heart, we can offer. So sometimes if the COVID situation, we cannot come to the temple, come to the worship place, but in my mind, we can offer and we can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we are chanting Mangalacharan. Everything will be very auspicious. So Om Agano Timirandhasya Gananjana Shalakaya Sashkurunitangena Tashmai Sri Guruve Namo Sri Chaitanya Manabhistang Esthavitang Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayang Dadati Shabhadantikam Mandyam Sri Guru Sri Siddhu Pado Kamalang Sri Guruna Vaishnavansa Sri Rupang Sagra Jatang Shagana Raghunatham Vitang Tang Chajivang Sadvaitang Shavadhutam Parijana Shaitang Krishna Chaitanya Devang Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shagam Lalita Sri Vishakani Tancho He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagotpate Gopika Gopika Kamcha Radha Kamcha Namostate Sapta Kamchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavana Chatudevi Pranamami Hari Priye Naranang Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vaisya Tato Jaya Mudirayat Nasta Prasya Vadreshu Nittam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatam Uttam Salake Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki. Sabai, everybody can chant with me. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Sri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First, I offer my humble obeisances to my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Acharya Pad. Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namine. Namong Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padayane Gauravata Dhamodaya Nagamutayane. Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Punnavadi Pashcheta Deshatarine. Joy. Actually, today's class will be a little bit interactive, and we have observed Bhisma Panchaka. It was on Thursday. So, in our Vedic Shastra or Hindu tradition or Sanatan culture, everybody knows the Bhisma Dev, who was a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So, Bhisma Dev actually departed this material world at this time. Last week, it was like the 5th day of our Tithi. Is called the Bhisma Panchaka. So the number 5 is very, very significant in our devotional life. So I'm going to ask some questions. Just I'm giving a little hints. Like we know the Pancha Indriya, Pancha Gyanendriya, Karma Indriya, right? Like the activities we do is called the Chakku, Karna, Nasika, Jibha, Tok. And we have Karmendriya, Hasta, Pada, etc. Also, we know the Pancha Pandav. This number 5 is very, very important. So, from the audience, who can remember any other 5, any other number is connected to our devotional life or Krishna. So, anybody have any answers? So, okay, Vishnu Priya.
The lamp, the pradip that we offered has 5.
Very good.
5 wigs.
Okay. Wigs. Anyone else from the audience? It's like a key for entering the door. Like if you don't know the number of the key, then you will stuck at the door, right? You cannot enter. So devotional life, and actually this also Prabhupada says it is also actually science. It is not like homosexually, or it is very, very practical. Now, you said already one. Okay, Dr. Madan Kundaji. 5 fingers. Okay, very good. Madan Kundaji is saying 5 fingers. We are using is a karmendriyo, because without karma, without action, without activities, we cannot live within moment. So even the time of sleep also, our body works. Body is working. Okay. So anybody else? From the audience, Mira Mataji. Do you remember any 5 things that we can connect Lord Krishna, or we can use in our personal life with the devotional service?
Can't think of anything.
In our rituals, we use Panchashasya, Panchagarbha, and a bunch of fruits, etc.
Very good. Yeah, Dr. Madan Kunda actually mentioning a couple of things. Panchagarbha, Panchamrita.
Panchamrita, yes.
Panchashasya.
I know I am sitting as a like the teacher, but I am asking this question, but I see those who are actually participants, they are actually my teacher. They are giving me chance to speak, so we can relate something in our devotional life. Dr. Shao, after a long time, thank you so much for joining.
Someone else in the chat.
Okay, who you can read this answer?
Vishnu said 5 senses.
5 senses, very good. But we know, like everybody knows, but right now might be some obligation. But we know Pancha Pandav, right, is very famous. This 5, because if we don't remember, actually Krishna consciousness is very, very scientific. We always remember how much money in our bank, right? We never forget our children. We never forget our relatives. But one day we have to forget everything. When the death will come, it is very, very. My Guru Maharaj last week told is 100% truth, 110%, 1,000 times truth, right? And we are actually in the 8th chapter, Akshar Brahma Jog, and Akshar Brahma Jog, 8th chapter, number 5 verses. If you recite, it is very, very important. These verses, Anto Kaleso Mamiva, Smarano Mukta Kalevaram, Ya Prati Samad Bhavang Yati Natsasta Sangshayo. The time of the death, if you remember me, if you concentrate my pastimes, my glories, then what will be happen? You can go my abode. You can get myself, because we are actually eternal. We are not body, right? We are souls, and everybody accept that things. So anyway, so we 5 things. So why we are discussing 5 things? Because the time Bhisma Dev actually we mentioned it is Bhisma Panchaka. The Bhisma Dev actually was bed of arrow 58 days. How many days Bhisma Dev was bed of arrow? 58 days. But last 5 days he was thinking how I can leave my body, how I can. But we are not that fortunate. Anytime our death might come, and we see so many relatives, so many well-wishers, and the whole world. So many people are dying. They don't have any knowledge how the time of death will remember Lord Shiv. The time of death we can remember Krishna. But we are so fortunate, those who are attending this spiritual program, at least we are getting some knowledge, and knowingly and unknowingly we are practicing. So we all have some past karmas, past good activities in our life. Therefore, millions of people, and we are sending invitation. So many people. How many people have get time and join? They have. We have other things to do, but not for the spiritual. This benediction we are not accepting because we are misperson. So these 5 things are very, very important. Also, our soul, how it is very, very scientific. If you read the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you will see that our soul is floating of 5 kind of airs. Who knows those 5 kind of airs? Therefore, actually, I am emphasizing because number always people remember, right? If we have money in 5 crore in your or 5 lakh or 5 million, there you never forget. Even the time of sleep, you know how $5 million in our bank, right? If you have 5 sons or daughter, you'll remember how you can make them please, how to make them happy. So actually, the dharma or the spiritual life also we can connect ourselves. Then we can remember, we can get out from this material bondage. Therefore, actually, it is very, very important. So, what is the 5 years?
I read in chapter 2, but I can remember all this.
Actually, 1 or 2. I'm giving hints. Pran. Pran Bayu, Apon Bayu, Saman Bayu, Byan, and Udan Bayu. These 5 kinds of air, actually our soul is residing the place called the heart. On the left side of the heart, if you read Bhagavad Gita carefully, attentively, they will remember, and that these 5 airs is very, very minute, is very, very like we cannot see, even through the microscope or any scientific device, you cannot find out. So these 5 airs in our heart, and the soul is floating in that air. So therefore, we see our Narottam Das Thakur, great Acharya, who is singing the song, Sai Gosai Jar Mohitar Das Tadasho Baro Pancho Renu Mor Pancho Mor Grass. That means 5 renus, 5 things is our like the strength of our devotional life. Narottam Das Thakur, actually, who is great Acharya, he is mentioning his songs. And there, later on, I will come out why we are actually thinking 5. And if you have that knowledge of 5 kind of knowledge, is called Prataksha, Paraksha, Aparaksha, Adhokshaja, and Aprakito. Most of them are Indian or English, not Hindi or Bengali speaking, so you all understand. The 5 kind of knowledge, if you have that knowledge, then you can know the Lordship, you can know Lord Krishna. Therefore, this number 5 is very, very significant. And today's verse also related in this number 5, because if we know the divine truth or divine abode of Lordship, then we'll give more attention. Like in Baton Rouge area, if President Biden comes, right? But who does not know? He's like a mad person. Or who knows? That means he's smart, or he is honoring him. But if we don't know him, then how we can respect? Anybody will find out in this Baton Rouge area when President will come and he cannot recognize President Biden. Might be some person. That means he's a fool. So by this example, we can understand very easily. If we don't know Krishna, how will we worship him? How will we respect him? The Biden will work, but the mad person, he might ignore him. Even he will not recognize him, right? That means he's mad, he's foolish, he has no knowledge. So if Lordship, we understand Lord, how we can understand Lordship? Lord Krishna, his abode, his pastimes, his glories through the Shastra, but not the material perception. Therefore, I am turning these 5 important knowledge in our devotional life. So 5 things were, and number 5 actually, you can think more actually. When Ramchandra came, he came with the 5 things. Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and Bharat and Shatrugna. This 5, this 5 like embodiment, actually Krishna himself or Lord himself expanded in 5 ways. The same, the age of Kali, we are chanting every day. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda. Pancha Tattva Loya, Krishna kore this Rasashadan. Is a 5 Pancha Tattmatmakam, Krishnang Bhaktarupa Sharupakam, Bhaktakam, Bhaktavatara Bhaktakam, Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. 5 way Krishna actually expanded the age of, and this 5 actually spreaded this holy name, this age of Kali. So it is actually related. It's some connection, like age of Sattva, Dapar, Treta, and the age of Kali, the degraded age we are living. So 5, if we and Pancham Purushartha Krishna Prem. Actually, our main goal is go to back to Godhead, because we are not body, we are actually spirit soul. So Pancham Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. These 4 things actually roaming, surrounding in our life. Dharma, we perform little bhakti or go to the temple, and we are asking some material benefit, but we don't want to enter, give chance, like Krishna enter in our life. Okay, Krishna sit at the altar, I do my things. Will not follow. We don't follow any rule. We don't want to follow because we cannot enjoy. But you can enjoy, like if you have like 1, and then if you put 0, 0, 0, then it has some value. If you take out the 1, then if you put the millions of zeros, what is the value of your number? No values. So think about it. You all are smart. You are, at least we can think like, we do believe like people went to moon, but we don't believe Krishna existing, who is actually floating on all the planets, because the lack of our knowledge. So what is the Pancham Purushartha? Krishna Prem. Also the 5 things like Shanta Dasya Shakya Vatsalya Madhur. 5 ways also you can worship Krishna. Like Shanta, that means we are sitting very peacefully. Just I'm giving little hints. Dasya, that means you can give example. Hanuman was a great, right? And Shakya, Arjuna was a Shakya or friend. And Vatsalya Nanda Maharaj, like who is taking care of his child, like how was the affection. And other is Vatsalya and Madhur. Madhur is like gopis who are actually worshipping Krishna as beloved. And that one is the most intimate relationship, like the husband-wife, right? And that way also we can think. There's 5 things are very, and the 5 knowledge. If we have that 5 knowledge, and what is the 5 knowledge? First one is the Pataksha. And Pataksha, the Sanskrit word, we can see the Pati jok Aksha mani aki. You see the through perception, through your eyes. Then you believe. But if we don't see, you don't believe. This is atheistic mentality. But if you have pain, right? You have love, you have emotion, you see. Do you believe that? Why do you believe?
Because I can.
And mother love me, can you prove by scientific way? By any, if you have any laboratory, you can go and you can prove mother loves me.
It has to be felt.
That means, then scientists will say this is philosophical. And scientists and philosophers always fight each other. But it is true. Without love, without emotion, without thinking, without willing, without loving, you cannot live in this world. Might be you are millionaire, billionaire, or you are president, or you are judge, right? All wealth belongs to you. But if you don't have this willing, feeling, and thinking, how do you live? So this 5 knowledge, the Pataksha, we see, yeah, we will accept, but if you don't see, we don't believe, but it is there. Like if somebody paints one beautiful picture, Prabhupada always giving that example. You glorify the good picture, how good it is, how beautiful is, right? The picture is. But if you don't glorify the painter who painted, Prabhupada presents as such a scientific way, the scientists also behold that, to accept. No one in the history, this so-called like educated people or scientists, they didn't believe, but by Prabhupada mercy through his preaching, nowadays so many big people they're accepting. Actually, Prabhupada is truth. He opened, this diamond box for us, and if we don't take this, it is misfortune. Or otherwise, one day we're gonna leave this body like animal, right? So our main goal is to perform this program. So we will follow, we will accept, and we will preach others. Like if you are a very rich man, but surrounding you, if people are poor, living poorly, right? How do you feel? Will you be happy? So the Krishna consciousness is the richest things that we are practicing. Like if you got the lottery, right? If you like $100 million, then you are thinking, okay, I will enjoy, and you will distribute everything surrounding you. Then you will feel more happiness, right? If you are rich, if you have some wealth, if you have something, then as much as you distribute, you feel this inner connection it has, and you will feel some happiness automatically. So Krishna consciousness, such a things, if you know his glories, then you will practice and you will go this beyond of this material world, and you will feel that happiness, and you cannot sit, you will distribute, you must distribute. Like Prabhupada, 69 years old, if you give anybody like, okay, I'll give you all the wealth. So you go to America. The 1965, Prabhupada came in America to distribute. Why? Because he is enjoying so much nectar, and he wants to distribute. No matter what, if I die, still I will distribute this Krishna consciousness. People will be benefited. People will be, get out from this material, like the suffering. Therefore, Prabhupada sacrificed. See his glories. He established 108 temples without like anything, right? He had no any money, any manpower. Prabhupada was suffering like anything. He had no any shelter. Still, we have house, some car, like some relatives. If I have problem, you will come out to help me. But Prabhupada had nothing. He was sitting in Thomas in New York, such a like the big crowded place in this world, Thomaskin Park, and he was chanting Hare Krishna. People and the students or some American people, white people or American people come and they join, and they establish this movement. Nothing. Prabhupada was taking shower and standing behind the hippies. Prabhupada had no any place to take shower also. Prabhupada himself, he cooked and he distributes. He did himself. But among us, if somebody take this initiative, we should come forward, like you all are helping in Baton Rouge. Why? Like people will get benefit, and we are actually instrument of Lord Krishna. We are actually one family try to do these things. So anyway, this 5 matter is very, very important. Might be time is going up, but just I'm giving a little prataksha, paraksha, aparaksha, adokshaja, and aprakrita. This, but if you don't see, you should accept by logically, not to like blindly. Our shastra actually aparaksha, because this shastra we didn't see who wrote, but we do believe it is very, very scientific. Just giving little example. And adokshaja, I'm giving couple of example. And adokshaja, then aprakrita. So adokshaja knowledge, you see the Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was the son of Rishabdev. In Pancham, 5th canto, 7th or 8th chapter, if you read, they will see Bharat Maharaj actually was like the ruler of the whole kingdom of this universe. At that time, on his name, actually, this the Bharat, this word Bharat came on by his name, and the Bharat Maharaj was Adakshaja level. He could meditate everything, and he was, he had some connection with Lord Krishna. But time of death, actually somehow, this is actually the lesson of the human mankind. If your time of death, if you don't remember Krishna, whatever you remember, if you remember matter, like your business, your position, your education, then you will get that things after death. The time of remember Bharat Maharaj, actually, though he was a yogi or big devotee of Lord Krishna, but time of remember, somehow he got entangled with the deer, baby deer. You read and you will know this, how baby deer actually the time of death he remember, and then next life he became a deer. So, but he was a very higher class of devotee of Lord Krishna. That is why, though he had a deer body, but he could remember his past life. It was a hard mistake, he made. Therefore, when he got the deer body, then he went to the one Rishi's place. This name is the Gandoki river. It's very pure river, like Ganga, Jamuna, and he meditated, because this time he will not make any mistake. The time of death he must remember Lord Shiva, and he was surrounding around this Rishi's ashram. And the time of death, actually, he remembered Lord. But this life also he couldn't get delivered. Next life he became a Jaro Bharat. But still he could remember, his past life. Then when he was carrying the palanquin, like when the Rahugan Raja, King Rahugan, was engaging him to carry the palanquin, then at that time actually he was very careful about his life. He was giving steps not to kill any ant also. But that King Rahugan was getting angry because he was not giving steps. He is not balancing. Then actually Bharat Maharaj is giving the knowledge, the paramarthic knowledge or the spiritual knowledge. Then Rahugan actually recognized Bharat Maharaj is not ordinary, he is a Mahatma. That kahini you can read, and then we can understand how important it is to follow the spiritual path. And then aprakita level is actually we are not body, we are actually Satchit Ananda, like the Lord Shiva. Actually his body is not like the material body. You see, like the Lord Ramchandra, he didn't left his body. This sorcery that he performed his pastimes, and he went by walk, he went his abode. Lord Krishna also, 125 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he left this world, the three places people have been, seen him, like Jagannath Puri, and one place is Tota Govinath, and another place is Mahasagar. Like people are seeing the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walking through, and he disappeared. Like right now in America is this sunshine we are seeing, right? But in India, in other country, they don't see the sun. That not means sun is not there. As Krishna's or Lord Shiva actually appeared and disappeared. Only devotees can see, and who practice like Bharat Maharaj. So we need that kind of knowledge, and by practicing this spiritual life, and it is very, very important. So these 5 things just we are discussing a little bit, but I couldn't go to the verse. You please read this verse, and you can meditate. And we are so fortunate today, Dr. Madhun Kundu actually sponsored and doing some performance on behalf of departed soul, Dr. Alo Dotto. Actually, she departed a couple of years, and Madhun Kunduji arranges a couple of ceremony. One was Brajadham in Vrindavan, one is in Mayapur, and one is in Batendus. And I heard in Bojodham, 4,000 people got prasadam, and Prabhuji sponsored. And Mayapur, more than 800 devotees got prasadam. Prabhuji actually sponsored, and today also he's doing here. So see how nice is like might be sometimes these things happening in our life. We see our beloved on after departure, our beloved on they don't remember, they don't do any ritualistic activities because the lacking of love, lacking of the connection. We might love my father or mother, but if we don't take care of them, if we say we love like Lord Krishna, we love Krishna, but if we don't go to the temple, if we don't share our our money or our physical and work, so then we can understand how much we love Lord, right? We can do everything. That means we're enjoying our senses in this material world. So it is very, very important. So through these verses, through this conversation, we can practice more spirituality. And this age of Kali, it is very easy to practice by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. And we have 64 type of devotional life. Like we come to the temple, we worship, we chant, but out of 64, 5s are very important. This number 5 comes again. Out of the 5s, we actually discuss different time circumstances. Sadhu Sangha, Nam Sankirtan, Bhagavat Sarvan, Srimurti Swadhyaya Savan, Mathura Vas. The Sadhu Sangha is one of them. So, in my conversation, if you have any question or any comments, I like to hear something from our audience. And please join and support. And you bring your family and friends, they will be benefited. Like we are, like those who are arranging, we are not asking anything, right? Just you give your some time. And time is also Lord Krishna. And if you don't use his time for his service, then we are ungrateful. So nobody wants to be ungrateful, right? Everybody wants to be grateful to the Lordship. So thank you so much for tolerating me for some times. So next week we'll do this program. So anybody has any questions, comments, or?
I want to ask this question that although Dr. Aladatta is not in this world, so she donated her body for medical research, she donated her eyes for somebody can be helped. So her ashes is here from the medical school. So where is the soul? And the ritual that we are having, what is the benefit? Please tell us something about that.
Dr. Madan Kund is asking one question, like he was performing some ceremony in Bojodham, Mayapur also here. And actually Aladatta had a desire to donate her organ to benefit of material world. And we also see so many people are donating their organ, the purpose of health in this material world. But according to our scriptures, if you want to real health or true health, then you have to connect the soul to the Lord. Because everything is temporary in this material world. One day, no matter what, can you give me any example who will not die?
Anyway.
And this material world is for that. My Guru Maharaj told, like, if you give the rent the house and the owner will come every week to kill you, then will you take that rent? No. But this place look like a very nice, very comfortable. But every week or after some time, maybe after 10 years, 50 years, somebody will come and take away from this. So think about it. This is very, very temporary. If you, and through our scripture, we can say if we don't connect the soul to the spiritual world, then this benefit will be temporary. Or this is called the fruitive karma, fruitive activities. And fruitive activities, like if you do any like social work, and people are running after the social work, social name, fame, and the temporary benefit. But the soul is eternal. This our subject matter was today was the soul, the eternity, eternal matter. And if we understand soul is eternal, it is part and parcel of Lord Krishna and Lordship, then the intelligent person will connect, because the mood of the lacking of our knowledge. Therefore, actually, we think, okay, I'm going to donate my organ, my eyes, my nose, by other things I heard. People will get benefit. No, people will not get benefit. It's temporary, some comfort, but the permanent, we need the permanent benefit. And permanent benefit is like we will not come back in this material world. We'll go Lord Krishna's place. There, from there, we will not come back in this material world. So, Dr. Kunduji, you did some performance. Definitely, she will get benefit. But like, if you think she left something, you can use her property or her wealth, for the permanent benefit for the, in this material world for the human mankind. So I see my friend Kamal Mukha Prabhu is a Vedic scholar. Actually, he is here to give us blessings. So I think he can comment something regarding the question of Dr. Madan Kundu, if you are free. Hare Krishna. Ravi Davanji, are you free to?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah.
So Dr. Madan Kunduji asking.
What is the question again? He was asking question.
How the departed soul will get benefit, like since she donated some her organs.
Mm-hmm.
In this medical school or like in the research centers.
Mm-hmm. Well, that seems to me to be of benefit to the science. In that sense, it will help. But I enjoyed your talk, and you were talking about the topic today on other than this performance was at the punch. You were, I don't know how you picked that number, but of course it is significant in several ways. A punch booth was one thing that came to my mind: earth, water, fire, air, ether. But there are several ways in science somehow, and you were talking about the 5 pranas and all that. So I enjoyed all that talk. And you mentioned also that you had some guru. I don't know who was your guru in your own spiritual life. If you want to comment something on that, I would like to hear your comments on that, because you have, of course, adopted the life of Hare Krishna, spiritual life, and you mentioned, I think, about your guru also. And then I think you also commented on Bhisma Deva, I think, right? 58 days and his last 5 days or something, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you covered a whole lot. So perhaps you want to throw some light on those things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi Davanji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master's name ছিল His Holiness জয় পতাকা স্বামী আচার্যপাদ।
What's his name?
জয় পতাকা স্বামী আচার্যপাদ।
Oh, Jay Pataka. Okay.
You
I
might
heard of.
he
I
visited in
heard
Baton.
of him. Right. I heard of him. Okay. And okay, go ahead.
Meera Mataji also mentioned one day, actually, long time ago, Jai Pataka Swami and Maharaj and other one Maharaj, they came in Baton Rouge and they did
Right.
Harinam.
Right. Okay.
So we'll go ahead and we'll discuss more the next week
Okay.
also.
That's
So-
fine. But I enjoyed the talk, and you had covered a whole lot of ground. And the
So-
topic of soul and spiritual knowledge is enormous. It's a very vast topic. Yes.
Kamal Mukha is here.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Ji.
Yeah. Thank you.
Meera Mataji.
I met Jayapatakaji Prabhuji very closely when I used to take some courses in LSU, and it was a very big event. I met Hare Krishnas, and they had big brought bus, and they put exhibition outside in front of Union Building. Oh, it was so big event, and I was so impressed, so enjoyed. And I used to, they were trying to make a temple, I was trying to help them. And then they said, asked me play sitar. So I played sitar for them at the stage, half an hour or something. And all students coming running, and they had very big exhibition about Gita, from childhood, then young age, then old age, then they die. And we saw Prabhuji with the big,
Maharaj.
what do you call, cymbals, he plays. Oh, it was so inspiring to me. I really enjoyed meeting him and all the devotees.
Yeah, Guru Maharaj used to actually play a big kortal. Is
Yeah, big Kartal he had, big.
symbol is big, and because Guru Maharaj is so tall,
Yes.
and
it
Guru
was
Maharaj attracts thousands of people once he starts singing and it's on. Is like very fascinating. Guru
very,
Maharaj's contribution, and he has more than 50,000 disciples. So Meera Mataji is mentioning about Guru Maharaj actually built also, you build the temple also. Think about how we can build something in Baton Rouge right now. And Guru Maharaj will be so happy. He can inaugurate, he can give blessing. So
they
please come
they
forward.
worked
And
so hard, they had a building small, they rip off all the flooring and put new flooring, then brought temple in the, so I say, okay, I'll try whatever I can. So I said, I used to take sitar in the temple, play music, playing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And we used to have very good, I really enjoyed that time of the year. And we are dancing in the front of Union, all the devotees. It's very good. Very enjoyable.
so thank you.
Blissful.